The Pole Position Podcast.
I don't understand you at all.
I like simple experiments and champagne. So I've combined two of my favorite things to see if time travel from the future to the past is possible. I'm throwing a party.
A welcome reception for future time travelers. But there's a twist. I'm not letting anyone know about it until after the party has happened. Here is the invitation, giving the exact coordinates in time and space. I'm hoping copies of it, in one form or another, will survive for many thousands of years. Maybe, one day, someone living in the future will find the information and use a wormhole time machine to come back to my party, proving that time travel will, one day, be possible. My time traveler guests could be arriving any moment now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What a shame. I was hoping a future Miss Universe was going to step through the door.
So why did no one attend Professor Hawkings' party? It's not that time travel will never be invented. Time travel has already been invented. I mean, in the future it has already been invented. Yet the professor boogies alone. It wasn't that the invitation was lost. It survived for millennia after time travel was invented. Yet the professor does tequila shots alone. Many time travellers will read the invitation and consider attending. Yet the professor must snort coke off his own titties. So why did no one attend? Well, Stephen Hawking's invitation was not specific enough. To understand this, you must understand one very important fact about time travel. When you violate the linearity of time, you move outside of time and space. You are no longer subject to its laws. The forces of gravity, electromagnetism, and nuclear cease. This means you remain perfectly stationary in the universe. You do not move location, but other objects in the universe do. The Earth moves. It rotates at 1,180 kilometers an hour and orbits the Sun at over 100,000 kilometers an hour. The Sun orbits the center of the galaxy at over 800,000 kilometers an hour. The Milky Way orbits its local cluster at over 3 million kilometers an hour. The local cluster orbits the supercluster at over 20 million kilometers an hour. The supercluster orbits the galaxy filament even faster. It doesn't end there, but I think you get the idea. If you are on Earth and you go back in time just 1 hour, you are now tens of millions of kilometers away from Earth. If you go back 1 year, you'll be over 100 billion kilometers away. Marty McFly goes back to 1955, but his DeLorean is no longer in Hill Valley. It's not even in our solar system. Luckily, when time travel is invented, the ability to teleport to any location in the universe has already been perfected, making it possible to travel back to Stevie's party, if they only knew where it was.
Here is the invitation, giving the exact coordinates in time and space.
Not exact at all. The invitation has latitude and longitude, which is fine for navigating your way once you're on the Earth, but where is the Earth? The time travelers must know the precise location. Accurate measurements of the location of the Earth relative to the centre of the universe were not kept before the year 3507. Sure, it's mathematically possible to calculate where the Earth was on the date of the party, the 28th of June 2008. But let's just say you make a small mistake and forget to take into the account the gravitational pull of a nearby asteroid. Instead of sipping champagne with the Hawkster, you're a few kilometres in the air, or a few hundred metres underground, merged with granite. Consider, if you're attempting this 5,000 years in the future, you're talking about a few trillion kilometres, and you need to be accurate within a few metres. That's like shooting a 3-point basketball shot from Jupiter, and if you miss, you die. Not to mention, Stephen didn't include a room number or floor plan of the building. And where did he place all the objects in the room? The chairs, the disco balls, the balloons. Imagine travelling back in time 73,000 years. You pop up into the party just to realise your spleen is sharing the same space as a bottle of champagne, your head with a ceiling fan, torso with a table. Now, even if you were willing to risk this, as no time machines exist in 2008, there is no way of travelling back to the future, so no one will ever know if the trip was successful or not.
I was hoping a future Miss Universe was going to step through the door.
It's not that she's not into you, Stephen. It really isn't.